Ladies and gentlemen, lend me your ears and your eyes. Diva Divine Light, live from Brooklyn, New York.
Know the lane for what you saying, yo. Said it with my 9 million with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club, I be while in the studio. You don't wanna vibe, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio, he moody, yo. I'm a nigga that'll slap you with the toolie, yo. Bitch, nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. Fuck that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way you shake it, make me wanna get all in the booty, yo. With no delaying for what you saying, yo.
Diva Divine Light.
Really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than years with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than years with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you.
You're watching Diva, the Divine Light. A fun-loving, caring, passionate person who talks about sex, celebrity, and real-life issues, and even abuse. So hit that like button and make sure you share the show.
Really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than years with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than years with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than years with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you really my heart to me. Fuck me, see this what you got for me. Put more than years with my eyes to see. Still $1 in the place to be. If you.
Here comes the pitch, and it comes in wide. On the combo.
Yo, hello everyone. Good evening, good morning. Well, there's a lot of things going on out here in these streets. And so this book is causing a stir. You know, it's causing a stir, guys. It's causing a big stir. It talks about her being pregnant in this book. So I'm thinking, you know, a lot of people are saying this book is not real. This didn't come from Joy. Bonjean made a statement about it on Twitter and all this stuff. And nobody believes there's really a book and all that and that. Well, let's see what she had to say. If it was even really her, right? This is what everybody's thinking. If this is Joy, Joy, go home. If this is Joy, Joy, go home. Right? If you don't go home, get out of there. She might even already be out of there, and we don't know that. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? I'm sorry, because I'm trying to fix my mic. Who knows what is going on? All right, the string came out of here. Hold on, guys. Oh, the string was moved. Okay. Yo no sé. I don't know how this shit is. Weird. Okay. Got it right? I don't know. Whatever. As long as y'all can hear me, right? Okay. So, hello to everyone in the building. Good evening, my OCOV family and everyone that's in the bushes. Hello. My voice is a little hoarse, guys. I apologize. I'm going to say hello. Big shout out to everyone Missy, what's up, baby? LaShawn, how are you? Rocking with the truth. What's up, lady? It's been a long day, but I have one more left in me. Okay, baby. Before you shut it down, yes, you already know. Hang out over here with us. Hey, Miss Showers, how are you? Hey, Jacqueline. Lady, my lady MU1. Lady Mew1. Hi, baby. I'm glad you caught a live. It's been a while since you caught one, babe. Hey, Eva. Hello, Latrice. What's up, Love is Fair? What's up? What's up? What's up? Cash. What's up, baby? What's up, my ladies? Let's see. He would never Malafamanta who? Her to white what? Oh, he would never probably you probably said he would never allow her to write a book. Let her write a book. Okay. She's like, can't write. Why you can't write, Eva? What happened? Are we feeling a little saucy? Is this what's going on a Friday night? Hmm? Cheers, baby. Cheers. Hey, Angela, what's up? All right. And hello to everyone in the bushes. So, ay, Dios mío, in the name of the R. Kelly saga, Lord have mercy. All in the name of the R. Kelly saga. So, boy. So, R. Kelly's lawyer, Miss Bonjean, says that Joycelyn is not pregnant with his baby. How can she be pregnant with? Now, I'm saying this. Now, this is my opinion here. I'm about to interject into that statement. How can Joy be pregnant right now? Right now with R. Kelly's baby, right? If R. Kelly is not allowed to have conjugal visits in the federal prison, right? So how is it that she's pregnant from R. Kelly right now, right? The only way that would even be possible is if R. Kelly decided to take his sperm, right? And put it in the freezer, right? And then do what? Put it in the freezer, and when it's ready to be used, they'll take it out and they will fertilize a woman with his with his sperm, right? So that would be the only way that she would be pregnant right now, right? But us knowing R. Kelly the way we know R. Kelly, he makes all of his girls have abortions, right? Right. So I got the book. We're going to get into the little book. It's like 24 pages. But Bonjean decides to correct everyone and say Joycelyn's not pregnant right now with his baby. She made a statement on Twitter. And she said that she is certainly not pregnant with R. Kelly's child. And she also said that Joycelyn's book is not a tell-all memoir. Okay. And she adds that people are just insane. So now Joycelyn reveals in her upcoming book, according to TMZ, that she's several months pregnant. learning she was expecting after the disgraced artist sent her an engagement ring. She says that Kelly is extremely excited about the news. You know what I'm thinking right now is I just said that little sentence. You know what just popped into my brain? You know that lady Juliet that's obsessed with R. Kelly, that she says that R. Kelly's her man and they're in love, and she was doing all these things, and that Joy and Az, they're lying and they were never with him and all these things. Well, Juliet, I wonder what your community wall is going to be like. If you haven't dropped anything yet. I can't. This shit is, you can't make none of this up, guys. Can't make none of it up. So, Joycelyn Savage just dropped the bomb, claiming to be pregnant with the singer's baby. Joycelyn reveals in her upcoming book she's 7 months pregnant. And R. Kelly is extremely excited about the news, guys. But he wishes that he could be there for the birth of his kid. And now, the big hole, obviously, is she never explains how the child was conceived. And R. Kelly has been locked up for over a year. Now, the Savages, the parents, tell TMZ that they are still processing the news, but they're not willing to make a comment at this particular time. Okay. Now, Joy also revealed that the two of them were engaged through a letter sent to the judge ahead of his sentencing, right? Asking for him to get leniency. And while she was claiming that she wasn't a victim and that the government portrayed her to be that way. Now, in her book, in her little tell-all, she refers to Azriel as one of Kelly's other living girlfriends, as the other girl. That's how she labeled her. Saying that she became bipolar and eventually smeared Joy's name all over social media after going back to her family. And as you all know, Azriel wanted out of the situation and tried getting Joy to leave. And that resulted in the two of them getting into a fight back in 2020. Let me share my screen.
Stupid bitch! Wow. Call my phone before they go downstairs. Call my phone. Bro, you know this, bro. This is his house. You disrespectful. You're so evil. I'm not evil, baby. I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself. That shit. Joy, you were sleeping on me. It's the one. Okay. I'm pressing charges too. Kimberly, I'm so sorry for you. You're going to jail, Mama. You're going to jail, Mama.
All of that in the name of R. Kelly. Joy was trying to get Az out of there. She couldn't get her out. She's too deep in. They were all too deep in. Az snapped out of it and realized that this is not the life for her. She deserves better. She deserves more. And it's not 12 pages. It's 22 pages or 24 pages. Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. Hold on, yeah. Okay. So that's the book, guys. Okay. All right. All right. So these are the contents of the book. The table of contents, these are the chapters. First chapter is the start. The next chapter is an experience of a lifetime. Chapter 3 is our pain. Chapter 4 is sister, girlfriend, or enemy. The next chapter is Come Back, Robert. And the chapter after that is Bundle of Joy. I had to heal my inner self, heal my scared heart to work on the greatest gift, joy. All those who need to heal, grow, and live meaningfully, please do before it's too late. Joy. Now, this is the story of love and joy of Robert. The start. At the beginning of my teens, I knew I wanted more for myself than I was currently experiencing. Let me see if I can make this full page. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna do it like that. Oh, wait. Shit. Sorry, guys. Oh, wait. Can I do it like that? All right, I'll do it like that. No, I think I should do it like this, full page. It looks better in full page, right, guys? All right. I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay. The Start. Chapter 1. The Start. At the beginning of my teens, I knew I wanted more for myself than I was currently experiencing. Living the fate I was in prior to entering college had drained me emotionally and mentally, and I was not who I used to be. Family members touching you despite knowing you were aware of the situation felt as if it were okay for them to do so. It felt normal to me that I was unable to voice my feelings to my parents when all they did was ignore my pain. I felt embarrassed and ashamed when I was unable to tell anyone. I thought it was okay to not have anyone by my side to tell me that was not right. Joy. So now, this is me interjecting here. We're going to pause for a second. And yeah. Well, for these couple of paragraphs I just read, right? In the Eastern District of New York trial, where R. Kelly was convicted of 9 counts, he's now serving 30 years in prison for that particular case. In that case, they spoke about how the young ladies had to write collateral letters, because that's basically what it was, collateral letters, incriminating themselves and their family members or friends or things of that nature. According to Azriel, Joy had to write a letter stating that she was abused by one of her family members. Okay? So I'm gathering this is what is being told in these particular paragraphs here, right? So this is where I find it funny, fishy. I don't know what to say about this because, yeah, it just leaves you scratching your head, making you say things that make you go, This right here sounds like something R. Kelly would say. It does. It does. This is what it makes me feel like. This first part was R. Kelly, right? Let's continue. The pain in my life at the time was so great, it got the best of me, that I felt numb to everything. I stopped caring about everyone and wanted better for myself and my career. The only thing that made me feel better at the time was music. I loved making music so much that I felt relieved from the pain I had built up. I had to change something in my life. Now, when I read those paragraphs here, It makes me think about Azriel and how she felt, right? So I kind of have mixed feelings about these paragraphs. It sounds like something that's come out of a script from Azriel, right? It's a little weird. Now, I don't want to, if this is Joy speaking to us right now, okay? I do not want to discourage her from speaking. So I'm not going to put this book down, meaning I'm not going to criticize her or this person behind this book. We don't know. There was no real confirmation from her, the horse's mouth, stating that this was her book. Now, I saw her Instagram post stating that she was writing this book. Now, that Instagram page, it's a fake page or it's a real page. We don't know, right? I don't know. I've reported the page a couple of times and it's still up there. So for me, that's a confirmation that that page is really Joy. Because if you constantly report someone for impersonating another person, and if that person that owns that account doesn't reply, they will shut your shit down. Right? Right. And if it's a fake page, and they know it's a fake page because the real person has come forward and said, no, that's not me. This is me. This is my real page. The app will shut you down. So think about it, guys. That page has not been shut down yet. I'm just saying. That's what I see. That's how I see it. And if this is Joy and she's coming forward, I'm going to encourage her to continue. Come forward. I'm not going to say this is fake, this isn't real. Oh, I don't believe it, and this and that, and blah, and blah. Because then I will be just as bad as the other side. And I'm not going to do that. Let's continue. It is with great disappointment that I have to share that, even though I used to consider family members as family, I no longer consider them as such. Although you would think that family members would be there for you in your most challenging times. In actuality, they create more traumatic memories and horrible memories for you. Now, if this is her book, she's very hurt. Okay? She's hurt. An experience of a lifetime. It's like a memory of yesterday for me when I saw Robert was going to perform in my city. I had to get tickets. I was really a big fan of Robert. So I decided that I wouldn't miss out on it. As I recall picking out my outfit and hairstyle, I was eager to catch Robert's attention. Being one of the girls that Robert called backstage on the night of the concert and just being able to attend one of his concerts was the highlight of my life. It was backstage that I had an experience that I will never forget. Upon entering the backstage door, the people he had around were very secluded, watching every angle, which was understandable because it was R. Kelly. And there were many younger girls my age backstage. My sole purpose was to catch Robert's attention as I walked in, screaming at the top of my lungs. Robert immediately came to me and put his hands around my hip, gripping my butt and calling me beautiful and various flattering names. Once I explained to him how I created music, I asked if he would like to listen to it. When I first encountered Robert, he was extremely passionate about my music. He invited me to his studio that night with his crew and a few other girls. I knew there would be competition, but he was always watching me, although there were other girls there. As I played my music, everyone was bopping their heads and saying, "Damn, girl, you can sing." It was the best feeling in the world. All Robert's friends constantly told him, "I think you found your new Aaliyah." Mm, mm, mm. Gaslighting at its best. Here's your example. When Robert pulled me to the side, he informed me he wanted me to live with him and he would assist me in my career in music. It was a very curious moment for me at that time, but I was cautious nonetheless. My answer was yes, but I'm still in college. And then he responded, "Daddy has everything you need right here." Of course, R. Kelly would say something like that. Of course. That's how he coerces. That's how he entices. That's how he persuades. That's how he grooms. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He pulled out a stack of cash. He said, "Daddy has everything you need right here." And he pulled out a stack of cash, y'all. What the fuck does that tell you? Don't worry, baby. Daddy's here. I got you. Look. Enticing her with money, persuading her that everything she needs is right here. I wasn't concerned about the money at the time. I just wanted to improve my music. So she's saying she wasn't concerned about the money at the time, but she's concerned about the money now, right? So things like that makes you wonder if this is a book that one of R. Kelly's people put together just to throw everybody off and be like, oh, look, it's a fake book. They all sound the same. Or, oh, look, she was lying then and she's lying now. Like, this is the distraction. You know what I mean? So, like I said, this book just makes you think, makes you go. This is one of those things that makes you go, okay? Now she says, I just wanted to improve my music. On the night of the studio session, he became very flirty with me and told me he had a nice house in Atlanta, which he showed me after we finished. When I walked into the house, looking at all the amazing interior, I could not believe what I was seeing. As I walked into the house, it felt almost like I was in a dream. The house was gorgeous and had everything I needed. I informed Robert that I did not think staying here was a good idea since I had school and other responsibilities. You see, now with things like that, it makes you think, is it really her? So this is a very confusing tell all little expose because it's not really a book. It's only 24 pages. It's a short story. Let's put it like that. Right? Give me a second, guys. I need more water. Ah. Now, I was always persuaded by him with money, saying I should not leave because this is an opportunity that no one else will ever have. And I leave. And if I leave, I guess she meant to put, and if I leave, I'll regret it. When I was convinced to stay, I stayed for 3 days, which was something my parents and friends were worried about. I suppose. You see that little comment there and this whole little, it's like, it's the weirdest shit. She's telling us that she was persuaded by him, right? She's letting us know. She realizes that she was persuaded by him. She told him, listen, I got to go back to school. I can't be here with you. But he's like, listen, I got all this money. I can take care of you. Daddy loves you. I got you, baby. I got you. Then she's saying that she was conflicted because the opportunity was there. Like, if I go, should I stay? Should I go? If I go, then this won't happen. If I stay, my parents will be mad at me. But if I stay, this will also be a great opportunity. Maybe my parents will understand. Maybe they won't. I don't know. I was always persuaded by him with money, mm, mm. When I was convinced to stay, I stayed for 3 days, which was something my parents and friends were worried about, I suppose. She wasn't sure if they were really worried about her or not. So certain things makes you feel like this is her talking, but it's not her talking. It can be someone else in his camp trying to distract people and things of this nature, right? So it's very conflicting. This book is conflicting, guys. Receiving texts and calls every minute of the day. I told Robert that my parents were concerned about me and that I wasn't sure I could stay here any longer. You see, now you're saying R. Kelly kept you trapped in some kind of way. Mentally, he had you trapped. I was notified 3 days ago by my professor that I had missed assignments. Having been missed assignments from class for 3 days. So she missed assignments for 3 days. And she was notified about it from her professor, her college professor. After Robert came to me and told me that he had all this money, I did not need to attend college anymore. See, something kind of like what's her name? What's his name? R. Kelly had said to the girls, Jojo and Tiffany, y'all don't need to go to school. You make money here. School's not going to put money in your pocket. You can make money today. You can make money right now. Right now is the moment. Convince them to drop out of school. He tried to do that with Aaliyah, but Aaliyah was like, nah, school is too important. Her parents made sure that her ass stayed in school. Okay? Like I said, there's certain things in here that make you go, As he gripped me around the waist and whispered, Daddy will always be here for you, and he will make you the best star that you can be. I was staying in Robert's guest room, writing music for those 3 days, keeping me distracted from this big life change. I didn't have any clothing here. Robert bought me some regular clothes to wear. You see, now she's specifying regular clothes to wear. At this point, he didn't make her wear sweats. Right? He's grooming her. He's getting her ready and prepared for the big shit to come. The big shit to come. His real life, his real personality to come shining on through. And she says, Robert bought me some regular clothes to wear, and some were very sexy and grown up outfits. Now, this supposedly is coming from a 19-year-old little girl who is messing around with a 40-something-year-old man. Can you picture that? Okay. I had no clue why he bought me these hoary outfits until his assistant informed me that Robert wanted me to wear it for some occasion, which was a spandex and a see-through bra. I didn't question it, thinking perhaps he wanted me to look cute. Toward the end of the night, Robert came into the guest room, sat near the edge of the bed, and asked me, "Who's daddy?" I answered, "You." And he replied, "Good girl." Like she's some fucking pet. Good girl, good girl. Mm, mm, mm. I was nervous, but Robert assured me that it would be okay. He placed his hands around my neck. She said she was nervous, but Robert assured her that it would be okay. So he placed his hands around my neck, making it difficult for me to breathe. And he called me names that I never suspected him to call me: a whore and a slut. Afterwards, he told me to remove my bra so he could see my breast better. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Mm. So, I felt very uncomfortable since I had never done this with anyone else before. In the beginning, I had no concept of what kinks were, but Robert had quite a few. It opened my eyes to a lot that I never knew and was very interested in, but quite disgusting when you think about it. I stripped off my clothes in the bathroom as Robert instructed me to get nasty with him. I figured nothing of it until he instructed me to open my mouth on my knees. Yeah, R. Kelly directs them, instructs them. This is what he does. Right, right. As soon as he urinated on me and inside my mouth, I felt compelled to vomit, but I didn't. After a few nights of doing this with Robert, I became used to it. He loved to try new things with me. He made me lick his anus, and it turned me off, but he bought whatever I wanted if I did that for him. Oh, God. All of this is proving is that he grooms these girls. He grooms these girls to make them sex slaves. That's what this is proving. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, boy. I've been staring at the fridge for like 30 minutes. I don't know why. You need to go in your room and lay down. Okay. Sorry, I had to open up my window and stuff. Okay. Our pain. Robert was very aware of what happened to me and the problems of my parents. So I cried to him and told him all the stories I had suffered because I had no one to listen to my stories of pain for all my life. He made me feel relieved as if he were my therapist. Oh, Joy, go home. Joy, leave. Leave now. Run, girl. Never look back. I told him everything, and he was there to wipe my tears off my cheek and told me that that was not okay and that we were going to make things better from here on out. You see how he tried to gas her, according to this tell all, that he tried to do the same thing with Az. Like, you're beautiful, mommy. Don't worry about it. Your parents, look, they're concerned about you. Look, they're calling you. Do you want to call them? Are you sure you don't want to call them? You need to call them. You know you got to call them, right? And she's like, no, don't worry about it. I don't even want to talk to them no more. I don't care. To make him, to please him. Oh God, I could just imagine. Oh, this gives me itchies and hibby jeebies and all types of shit. He struggled. He has struggled with the media for years, portraying him as a horrible monster when he only wanted a perfect girl. This is definitely coming from him. He explained to me that losing Aaliyah has caused him to do horrible drugs. Wait, what? He explained to her that losing Aaliyah caused him to do horrible drugs and that he has had to deal with his demons. Oh, so now he's blaming things on drugs. Right. As much as he wanted me to become his Aaliyah, he was afraid of losing me, which led him to become extremely demanding, obsessive over me, and unable to let me leave his sight at all. See how he convinced these girls that he's doing all these things to protect them from the outsiders? Robert started to call me his sexy little Aaliyah, or sometimes just Aaliyah. But I would have to remind him that I'm Joy. Since he did not like that I was on social media or in contact with anyone, I became isolated from everyone. But at the time, I felt this was okay since I had everything I wanted. I had money, we were traveling, and I had everything I needed. It seemed I was always being motivated. I mean, it seemed I was always being monitored by Robert's team. In fact, he pays them very well, and they have signed NDAs not to speak ill of him or say anything negative. He paid them to manage me to make sure that I did not say anything negative in public. Mm. Next chapter. Sister girlfriend, or enemy. My experience traveling with Robert for every concert every day was fun, yet exhausting. Jumping from city to city and receiving all this free service from his team was amazing. Watching him perform some of my favorite songs from the side of the stage made me fall in love with him even more. I didn't like Robert inviting girls backstage while performing at each concert, even though some of the girls were strangely young. I couldn't say much about it, although Robert had his eyes on this one girl. She was very energetic and tried showing off her singing skills to Robert and just trying to impress him in all ways, which I thought was really corny at the time. Robert decided to take her with us on the road with us. Robert informed me that I'm still his baby girl, even though he wanted her to join the relationship with us. I was here for it due to the fact she was way younger than me. Robert gave her everything she wanted, including money, new clothes, luxury bags, and jewelry. At that time, the new girl that was traveling with us was going through a mental crisis. She explained to me that she did not know what to do and that her parents were concerned about her. So she's speaking about Azriel. We were instructed not to inform anyone of where we were and what we were doing, so they believed that she had gone missing due to the fact that she did not contact them. Our phones were confiscated a couple of days later by Robert's team for safety reasons, explaining that people could possibly track our IP addresses and we could not use cell phones. So Robert's team was nice in public, but very rude and demanding when things did not go their way. We were able to keep our phones, but not at times when Robert's circumstances became difficult. In spite of the fact that I looked at the new girl as my sister, Robert felt that we should get closer. Even though I considered her a sister, Robert and her had been intimate just a few days in, but I didn't like that. But of course, Robert persuaded me into getting nasty with her. And he made us do kinky things while recording us with him. She was into it, but over time it became normal. As soon as we returned to Atlanta, I moved into Robert's room after the girl took the guest room. We did the same thing every night, doing sexual favors for Robert, which became tiresome for me. I wanted to record I wanted to record and work on music. Yet we barely did that. He promised that we would visit the studio a few weeks ago, but we never did. When Robert stopped giving her money, gifts, started lying, the girl snapped. And they had a huge argument. She missed her family and decided she didn't want to be there anymore. Robert put his hands on her and left her with black eye and several bruises. Initially, I wanted to jump in, but some of Robert's team stayed at the house and stopped me. This eventually became tedious. writing music every day and not being able to record any pieces because he had other important businesses to handle. After living with Robert for a few months, I didn't like him for what he turned into. But me and the girl became closer over time. And we promised to always be there for each other, no matter the scenario. Well, I thought. But once she saw how flirtatious Robert was towards me, she developed a lot of animosity towards me. We did get into a few arguments. One day we were cool, the next day I was a bitch, the next day we were talking like sisters. I think being here with Robert had caused her to become very bipolar. It was like an on and off switch. Oh, I've always told the girl she's a great singer, and I've tried to give her advice, but she just always gives me this think, stuck up attitude. Eventually, Robert took us to the studio so we could record the songs we've been working on for months. We laid down background vocals for a few tracks. The promise he would release in the coming months, and we actually recorded some songs for him that never got released. Robert and his team prepared us for interviews every other week, just in case we were required to speak out. And we had our good days, as well as our terrible days. We did that, and we read lines over and over until we had it right. It was exhausting, but Robert made sure we were doing everything correctly. He gave us a little bit, he gave us a list of things. We were not permitted to mention interviews. And if we did, he threatened us with consequences. There was no doubt in my mind regarding the fact that we was under a spell because Robert made us feel so special no matter what he asked us to do. He made his language to us very sensational and sexually overpowering. Most of the time, we were unaware of what was going on in the media because we had no social media. But we assumed it was for a bad reason. But he told us that bad publicity is always a positive thing. Come back, Robert. When we learned that Robert was going to be sent to prison, we thought that it was the end and we would have to split. Even though the girl was ready to leave but stayed for the money instead, desperate despite the fact that Robert and his team made sure we were set. He didn't want us splitting up and leaving in spite of being aware of his accusations and the reasons for his punishment, his imprisonment. Oh, snap, man. Um, okay. All right. Give me a second, y'all. I got to use the ladies' room. Okay, guys. Let me go back. Okay, the fact that Robert and his team made sure we were set, he didn't want us splitting up and leaving, in spite of being aware of his actions and the reasons for his imprisonment. The girl felt that she needed to leave since Robert was no longer present. His team managed our every move, but she decided to leave. Although she kept telling me that she was going to leave, I advised her to wait. On the day I and the girl argued, Robert's team booked us a couple of nights at his condo. She believed she could embarrass me and expose me to the world when I had been nothing but a sister to her. At some point, we ended up fighting for the first time. I snapped due to all the stress Robert was causing for being sent to jail. But she was making matters worse by arguing with me constantly. After Robert's team had difficulty controlling the girl, she threatened to inform the whole world that if they did not let her go and end their contract with her, she would tell the whole world. Huh? They decided to let her return home. They informed Robert that it would be best if he simply let her go and return to her family. The end result was that she smeared my name all over social media, and Robert's team told me not to get swept up in it. Bundle of joy. As a result of being unable to speak to or hear Robert after he was sent to jail, I really missed him. Robert found ways to surprise me with gifts he sent to me. However, it was not as meaningful as him being here in person. His team informed me that they are working hard to clear his name and he could be released soon. But I knew that wasn't happening anytime soon. When I awoke on the morning of the following day, Rob's team had delivered another gift to my house. And it was the most beautiful engagement ring I had ever seen in my life. Tears were raining down my cheeks, and I was overwhelmed with joy, but also with sadness. I wanted Robert to witness this very special moment in my life. Months later, I began experiencing severe morning sickness and was unsure what was wrong with my body. I thought I had contracted COVID-19, but the most amazing news of all was that I was expecting. It was a happy but incomplete time in my life. Today, I am grateful to God for giving me the most precious gift. Robert is extremely excited about the news that I'm having a baby and feels so sad and a baby and feels sad that Robert won't be here with us. And this is supposed to be a sonogram of the baby. It's a cropped out picture. Now, when you take sonograms, it's supposed to say your name, the hospital, and all those things at the top, right? Why didn't she show that? She should have showed us that, right? We would know the date and all of that. Moral of, I guess she meant to say the moral of the story. Moral of the story: Follow your dreams. Flow with the unexpected things of life. Don't be afraid to get away when things get tough. Run, run far, far, far away. Not everyone is family. I had to learn the hard way, and I'm happy I did. I'm healed. Love and joy of Robert. So, what do you guys think of the book? The Tell All. So, what do you guys think about it? A bunch of bullshit. Bullshit. Jennifer already said it wasn't her. I hate it. Oh, stop it. She's not written this. How he got conjugal visits. Right? I'm in the Twilight Zone for real, but miracles do happen. It sounds like as and they want to taint the jury pool once again. Yes, please hit that like button, guys. Thank you. Okay, Rockin'. I thought you meant in the chat. Half asleep here. Yes, please hit that like button. Thank you. She says, even Bush people, Diva is reading a book, write a pamphlet that the lawyer said wasn't wrote. Damn, I know I'm in the Twilight Zone. Right. Right. Bonjean said she didn't write it, but there it is. SK, I meant jump in. She stated she wanted to jump in when RK was beating ass. Lies. She wouldn't even be thinking like that at that time. Right. Not meaning that she wanted to jump in and beat on ass. She meant that she wanted to protect her. Because at that time that was her sister. So when she saw R. Kelly beating on ass, she wanted to jump in and beat on R. Kelly too. What is your email or Gmail so I can reach out to you? Okay. There we go. Rockin', who wanted to jump on? Okay, she wouldn't say jump. Thank you guys. Hey, information man. What's up, baby? What's up, SK? By the way, all those who are in the building, Newsom, Marquise, welcome. Bianca, Demonic, Hightower, welcome. These names are outrageous. You guys come up with the craziest names, y'all. I swear. Hey, Top Notch, what's up, mama? Yeah, you came in on the end, mama. Watch the replay. Watch the replay. That page is not from Joy. Longest pregnancy ever. Right. Right. Now, the thing is that she's not saying that she's pregnant now. Nowhere in that moment did she say that she was pregnant now. She just had stated about how she had got the engagement ring. Remember, she's talking about the shadows of her beginnings with R. Kelly. You know? So if she was describing it was something that happened in the past. That's how I see it. It kind of sounds like what they went through and as being able to leave because she stood up to him. Right, she stood up to him and the other one wasn't willing to. You know. Obviously, she had an abortion because she left us hanging just like that. She left it hanging just like that. No more. That's it. She left it just like that. So, like I said, I think she had an abortion. That's what it is. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you, SK. Thank you, mama. I don't know. It's crazy. Nah, I'm not believing everything they put out. If you go back to the beginning of what I said when I started reading the book, I explained that this book sounds kind of weird because it sounds like a place of coming from R. Kelly, and then it comes from a place of a victim. So it's kind of weird. It's weird. And like I said, Joy hasn't actually come out to confirm it. Yes, she went out on social media, but it would be good if she came out on TMZ like she did before and say, listen, guys, I know you guys love R. Kelly. We're all praying for him to get out. Just to let you know about these rumors about this damn book. It's not me. Somebody's pretending to be me again. Why are they doing this? If she comes out and says that, then I'll believe that she ain't write this book. Until then, I'm going by what I'm going by. She wrote the book, allegedly, right? And R. Kelly's team members helped her to create a narrative. You understand? Or it could be she's speaking her truth. And we just find it weird. You understand? Let's not discourage her if it is really her. I want her to continue to come out. I don't want her to go in hiding because this is what happens. People bash victims all the time. They're lying. This isn't true. Somebody this, somebody that. You know what I mean? So I don't, like I said, we'll find out, won't we? Right. Right. Some type of way. There needs to be some confirmation from the horse's mouth. I don't want to hear it from his lawyer. The horse's mouth. Because his lawyer could lie for him. Period. So, I'm going to take you guys out with this.
I'm going to make some brief comments, and then I'll take a few questions. I can confirm that earlier today we handed over a second videotape to prosecutors. The videotape depicts Mr. Kelly engaged in illegal sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl. It is approximately 55 minutes in length. The conduct in the tape can be described as nothing short of outrageous, illegal. It leaves no question as to Mr. Kelly's guilt. On the tape, Mr. Kelly repeatedly refers to the victim as having a 14-year-old body part, a vagina, although that is not the word that he uses on the tape. I'm not going to use it here today at this moment for obvious reasons. In addition, over the weekend, we have encountered a number of additional witnesses who we have interviewed, who we are in the process of preparing to meet with prosecutors. Each of these witnesses described a decades-long system of abuse by Mr. Kelly of underage girls in conduct that is illegal, criminal, and is indicative of someone that should never walk free another day in his life. All of these young girls are not lying, ladies and gentlemen. It is impossible, and it is outrageous for Mr. Greenberg and other enablers of Mr. Kelly to suggest that all of these young ladies, after 28 years, are lying about this conduct. This man deserves to be locked up for the rest of his life. And the fact of the matter is, and I'm going to call it like I see it, had these victims not been black, and had they not come from, in many cases, disadvantaged households or households of a lower socioeconomic status, this guy would not be walking free today. Those days, however, are over. This reign of abuse and assault by Mr. Kelly is about to come to an abrupt and permanent end. In addition, we're in the process of investigating his enablers. And I referenced this last week. The attorneys, the agents, and the managers that enabled this course of conduct, all in the interest of money, transporting these young girls across state lines, arranging for their hotel rooms, arranging to keep them hidden, covering up their existence, convincing them not to go to authorities, obstructing justice, destroying documents, tampering with evidence, and paying people off, and the list goes on and on. This conduct is outrageous. And we're going to do everything in our power to cooperate with prosecutors, cooperate with investigators, and make sure that justice is finally done in this case. In addition, we have come to learn of the existence of yet a third videotape. And I believe that there are many, many videotapes, I might add, but a third videotape that depicts yet additional sexual assault and abuse by R. Kelly. I'll take a few questions.
Where are these tapes coming from? How are you getting your hands on this?
We're getting our hands on these tapes through the 10-month investigation that we've undertaken on a pro bono basis around the country. We've got a lot of people working on this. We've had a lot of people working on it since April of last year when we were first approached. I took a personal interest in this case because as a father of two teenage girls, 14 and 16, I find this conduct outrageous, and I am disgusted by it. And I am disgusted by the fact that this man, together with his enablers and his handlers, have been able to get away with this for 28 years.
The tape that you turned in today, what year do we think that was recorded?
In 99 or 2000.
The victim involved in the Cook County case.
I'm sorry?
The victim on the second tape that you turned in today. Is the victim part of the United?
Yes.
The third tape. Is the third tape different victim or one identified?
I'm not going to answer that question. Anything else? Yeah, I'm not going to get into the description of the third tape. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The verdict is in. You heard it clear. R. Kelly sentenced 30 years. I believe I could fly. It's gone. Can't believe they let it fly that long. You knew it well though. Like your song, they just kept it on down.
Well, guys, that is the end of that, y'all. Hey, what's up, R. Kelly's dog? Hey, what's up, mama? Yeah, people be bugging out, Miss April. You already know, girl. So, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Y'all already know. Please do me that favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're not, please make sure you hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button. Hit it on all. Okay? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. For those who are on the replay, please make sure you leave your comments below in the comment section of the portion of the video. And your girl Diva Divine Light is out. Peace.